Please make it loud for Josh Johnson!
I feel very thankful to be here with all of you because it's nice to talk to people who are gonna get it in a way. I feel like sometimes when I'm traveling and I go to places where, especially when I go overseas, and there are places that are not as engaged or involved with American politics, that there's a sentiment of like, we're just watching the show and y'all are like cast in the show, and so that it's very different to have a chat with you. Because I'll be very honest with you, it's been taking me a long time to distill the way I feel about what is happening in LA. Because what's happening in LA over the past couple weeks is it's insane to watch, because I have plenty of friends in LA and I talk to them daily and everything, and I also watch the news, and not maybe since COVID have I seen such distant realities. Do you know what I mean? Like such like completely opposite ends of the spectrum, what is happening and what is said about what's happening. And okay, because if you're watching the news, everyone in LA is dead. They've been dead for a while. The military came, but they were too late. Everyone is, in fact, I think the military dead too. Like it's really just a black hole of death that no one can stop, but somehow the reporters are reporting. And it is strange, because when they send the reporter out to cover what some people are even calling the riots in LA, the reporter, not every single one of them, I'll get to them, but the reporter is standing there while everybody else is standing there. And they're giving a very different report than what we can see behind them. A lot of people don't know this about me, but from the time that I was a child, because I grew up in Louisiana, my family and all the families around me were all affected by Hurricane Katrina. So I have very, very strong feelings about protecting journalists, protecting reporters, and not putting them out there with the weather. Because we see it. We see the weather, and I believe you every time. Whenever you say it's a hurricane, and I look outside, I'm like, that look hurricane-like. I don't then need you to send our local newscaster to hold on to a telephone pole while he tells us how bad it is. The way that these people will almost be horizontal reporting on the wind speed, it's like, we don't need them as a visual test of what is happening right now. Everyone watching is inside. There's no one watching from outside like, yeah, seems like I should probably move from where I am now. No, I hate that. I hate when it's like weather is one of those things where I'm like, I don't know what the spin could be. Like to a certain degree, I understand when a journalist, when a newscaster feels the need to go. What this shows right now is how many of y'all don't put your phone on silent. Like there's no... No, I know it is. That's crazy. Well then I will be quick then. Yeah. Okay, real quick. Just for a quick second. What flash flood? Oh no, the parade. Oh no. Y'all. Don't do that. It's his birthday. It's not my birthday. But a great example, like a flash flood, and they'll put the newscaster in the water, and it's like, well, what we can see here, John, is... It's another level of insane, because when it comes to the news and the weather, I don't know what the spin could be. There's a storm outside. No, it's not. Weather, as long as you're not talking about specifically climate change, is like the last bipartisan subject. It's like the last thing. There's no way that anyone hates, conservatives or liberals enough to see the rain and be like, but it's not. Like, that just doesn't happen. It's one of the last tethers to reality, and we make those newscasters go in it. These poor newscasters in Arizona look like they about to pass out. Half the reports they do talking about the heat. They got them over there, no shade. You can tell the budget of a newsroom by how they send the journalists out there, because sometimes they'll be out there and be like, blistering heat today in downtown Phoenix, temperatures reaching 111 degrees. Like, stop doing it, If it's hot, we can feel it, and when you tell us, we'll believe you, If it's a hurricane, this is one of the things that I have tried my best to be fair with, because you see people, and I really feel like this only happens here. There's no other country I know of where people proudly go out into the hurricane and like tap dance in the hurricane to show the rain that they're not scared. That's a distinctly American male thing to do, to be like, hey, ain't nobody scared of some water? Come and get me, and they're never seen again. I'm just saying, you don't really see that anywhere else. And I used to think that those were like the dumbest people in the world. But then as I got older, I was like, you know what? Maybe they just watched the news. And they were like, he's standing out there, and he telling me not to go outside. It's too dangerous, but he outside. What, he think I'm a punk? If he can be outside, I'll be outside. I'll be outside all I want. And then they go outside, and then they're never seen again. But the thing with people covering LA and standing in front of whether it's LAPD or National Guard lined up and protesters a distance away lined up. It's a very different thing because now they're coloring it for you, but you can see behind them. And it's hard to know what to make of it. Because when I talk to my friends in LA, they're like, you know, very chill. They're always chill, but like they're very chill in this specific instance. I called some of my friends because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not better than anybody. I fell for some of like the propaganda that was going on. I called some of my friends immediately because I don't know LA neighborhoods that well. And I live in New York where if something is happening, it is happening to everyone. Thoroughly happening to everyone right now. You know? And so... Okay, I'm digressing for a second, but just as an example, one time there was all I can describe it as is like a tiny tornado of trash. It literally was not taller than this mic stand, but it was spinning because it was a windy day out and the trash wanted to be together, I guess. And so the trash spinning. And it's like, I don't know, I grew up like, you know, deep south and everything, so whenever I see one of those, I'm like, ooh, that's a bad spirit. Like that's I get real superstitious real quick. If you a tiny tornado, if you an eye level tornado, I don't come near you, all right? That's a bad spirit. You got Dorito bags in you and everything. You got all types of disgusting stuff. No, I might get possessed. And so I was keeping my distance, but there were other people walking down the street. I actually crossed the street because I saw it up ahead. I was like, nah, I don't need those problems. Like, I like having my whole body, mind, and soul. I don't want some of it to be like Derek from 81st. You know what I mean? Like, that feel like who would possess you? Just somebody who like never had a job and burps as loud as possible. And so I crossed the street, but there were other people that were walking next to me that kept going, and they walked right into it. And even though I was across the street, I knew when they walked into it because my back was turned, and I still heard... I'm like, not walking into a Thai tornado with your mouth open. That's just irresponsible. And sure enough, that Thai tornado got like 8 people. Just being itself. Oh, if something happens in New York, it's happening to everybody. If one train is down, the city stops. We get around it, you know. People get mad, they get off the train, they run to work, they you know, hop on a bike or whatever, they take a cab. But like, one thing happens, it has a ripple effect. LA doesn't seem like that to me. Like I've been in different parts of LA, and I thought all of it was like one thing. I couldn't have been more wrong. And so I was calling my friends, I was freaking out because I was seeing the stuff that was happening. Waymos, you know the driverless car that shouldn't exist. You know that thing that's just on the road and we all act like it's normal, but we're slowly acting out the plot of iRobot currently. You know that thing. Those were on fire. There were Waymos on fire. So I called my friends like, you not in a Waymo, are you? Oh, if you in a Waymo, get out right now. Because to be fair, we didn't really even know why the Waymos were on fire. Maybe there were people setting the Waymos on fire, but maybe the Waymos saw all the unrest and they were like, this is our time. One time I was with my friend in San Francisco, and a Waymo passed by, and he was admittedly very high. But he doesn't trust Waymos because the first time he ever took a Waymo was by accident, because he lost his wallet, his phone, like he got all his stuff stolen, right? And so he asked a friend to get him a ride home. Okay? So he gets the friend to get him a ride home. He doesn't know that friend used the app Waymo instead of like Uber or whatever. So then he's high in the story too. He's actually high all the time, but he gets into the car and he's like, a little fade, a little drunk, a little high. And then he gets in the car and then the car takes off. And so the way he told the story, I wasn't there. The way he told the story is finally he asked, for a little music. He's like, dang, it's quiet in here, dog. Can you turn something on? And he half nodding off anyway, but he's like, can you turn something on? It's quiet in here, dog. Like, let's get it popping, Can I get some? It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you like, dog. Anything. Yo, I know you hear me talking to you. And then he said he leaned forward. This is how he tells the story. He leaned forward and saw nobody was in there. And then he started praying. Because he was like, no, you know what? You know what? You know what, Lord? You know I haven't been right. I haven't been right. And if you see me through this, I swear I'm going to change my ways. If you see me through this right now, if you deliver me through, I'm going to leave the alcohol alone. I'm going to leave the weed. He gets home, he sees his house, he's like, thank you, Lord, thank you. And obviously he was lying because he was high when he was next to me. But a Waymo passed by and he was like, that thing right there, nobody gonna believe me when I tell you, but that thing right there, I don't trust those things, all right? Let me tell you something right now. That thing over there, all AI, all self-driving intelligence stuff, don't trust that thing. Believe me, that's a transformer. Look, all I'm saying, if I wanted to act out the plot of one of the Transformer movies, what would I do? I come down to earth as a bunch of driverless cars, keep it easy for a little while, and then one day, boom. Don't get in there. Don't get in one of them. You're going to end up in his chest. I'm telling you right now. And so I called so many of my friends. I was like, hey, are you okay? Are you good? And they were like, yeah, no, I'm fine. And they said they were fine with the annoyance of like, they said that they were fine with the annoyance that I have when my mom calls me to ask me if I'm okay. She saw that there was a storm in New York, and I'm like, no, it was just a bunch of trash spinning in a circle. It's not that serious. You worry too much. No, they were genuinely like, no, that's actually here. And they started explaining LA neighborhoods to me, and I'm not gonna lie, I glazed over. Like I just... But once I knew that they were safe and that everyone I knew was safe, I was like, well, then where is this happening? I know a lot of people in LA. I've called a lot of people. Everybody is fine. Where is this happening? It turns out it's all happening over like, I think 2 square blocks. I don't even know. It's like, it's such a small area. It might as well be a movie set. And it's crazy because if you listen to, Fox News, some of these outlets, you would think that the entire city was burning right now. There are people sharing stories on Facebook, and the entire place is devastated. And the president said, if I didn't send the National Guard, they'd be in shambles right now. But then when you look at video, and I'm not talking about video from protesters, I'm not talking about video of bystanders of the protest. I'm talking about video of people in Los Angeles 2 blocks away from the protest. There are people literally blowing bubbles. And there is no opposite to your city being on fire than bubbles. Bubbles Bubbles are like a truly first world problem. Like, and they weren't even blowing bubbles regular. They were over here like, once you do it with your foot in the air, that's too much whimsy for your city to be on fire. Not blowing bubbles like, blah, blah, blah. Look at that. That's so cool. I'm talking about, And it is difficult when it's presented in front of you so heavily, an agenda with reporting versus just saying what happened. I didn't even know you could do that, by the way. It wasn't until I left the country and watched the news in other countries that you can just say what happened. Like when you watch the news in Spain, they don't even put a spin on it. They're just like, yeah, right there. They don't even try. This is what's crazy, is that the news around the world, they don't even try to be entertaining. They give it to you so straight, they don't even have good voices half the time. Sometimes there's a guy being like, yes, 2 people were found in the basement, and they said that they were trapped there by the man who lived there. Very dry, nothing. They're not putting on 2 people found dead. Like, it's... That's my favorite, by the way. I love when an anchor is like going out of a fun story to a sad story, but either they didn't get the stack of reports ahead of time, or they're just reading the prompter in real time, so they don't know that they need to do the tone shift. And so they just finished like promoting a shelter that has saved like 67 puppies or something. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that sweet? I mean, you just love to see stuff like that, don't you? Anyway, 15 burned to death in a fire. Oh. And then you see in their eyes that they're like, I already started high. I started up here if I drop it. And sometimes they try to drop it. They're like, found dead this morning. Don't act like you weren't talking the whole time. That was you the whole time. But you even see it in LA, because the misconception people have is that the thing that initially happened in LA versus like protesters and ICE and everything was like all over LA, was just all happening at one time, when actually it's around these very few square blocks. That's where all of it's like going down. You know, I'm not saying there weren't protests in other places, but those protests went on without incident. It's here. This is like the main sticking point. And this is what they keep shooting footage of over and over and over again, and showing you over and over and over again from different angles, right? And they're so thirsty for it that there was one dude that had a Mexican flag, was on a smashed up car, and you can see when you look at the picture that there are like 15 cameras surrounding the car looking up at him, and then everyone protesting is like a block down with nobody there. You know, because they're selling you a story. They're selling you a story about chaos that's unfolding and everything. And they even, you know, will have the newscaster out there. This journalist is out there. And I have a lot of respect for journalists. They do an incredibly difficult job, and they have to do it under constraints that some of us can't understand. Because if you worked your entire life to try to get to the truth, and then you finally get a job, maybe it's not even a well-paying job, and you're allowed to tell the truth until like your newspaper gets bought. And then it gets bought by a guy that's like, the truth though. I mean, what is truth really? Just say whatever I tell you to say. But it is a difficult thing to distill for yourself, because you have to. You can't just, I'm not saying that there was ever some golden age where all of media was honest and forthright. I'm just saying that it used to be a little bit more simple. That you were even overdoing it if you checked, 3 sources to see if something was true. Because there are things that used to be delivered with a little bit less. You still had the bias of the outlet, but it was a little less political at all times, and there was a little less looking for the bleed. Here's what happened. And I said it in a sexy voice. That used to be American news. You know? And now we've slowly become this more and more and more like corporate warped version of trying to do the news. News became entertainment. It became a show. And you know there's a show, you know it's entertainment because they're not delivering you the news out of the kindness of their hearts. I'm not saying that the journalists that are doing the news aren't dedicated. I'm saying that the body, the system and the machine that we look to for reporting is just, they're trying to sell razors in between every disaster. Like that should tell you something, you know? Because you see the report, and you see people, chaos in the streets in LA. Look at everything that's happening. And then you like talk to someone who's in LA, or you even just look at an Instagram story that your friend made on a random day who's not that far from the protest. And you're like, I don't know, they are loading up their car with Trader Joe's. Like that doesn't feel apocalyptic at all. Like if you can get the sliced mango from Trader Joe's, I think the supply chain is intact. That's one of the first things to go. We don't even have mangoes like that. Oh, news says absolute chaos. And then you look at somebody's, just like legit, somebody's like TikTok that they're making. Not even about the protest, just that they're making. You know they live in LA. And while they're making this protest, while supposedly the city is on fire, they're finding parking. That's not supposed to happen ever. And one thing that can't be lost on us when we think about or talk about Donald Trump is the only thing that he's ever been successful in is reality TV. We don't know him from the steaks. We don't know him from the casinos. We don't know him from the vodka or the water, which was probably vodka. We don't know him from anything except truly reality TV. Even in real estate, it's like, okay, it's like a name, but I don't know anyone who ever lived on one of those properties. You know, it's the TV. He figured it out. He figured out reality TV, and he's still doing reality TV. He's just doing it as the president. The mix of reality and TV is a different cocktail for every show. You know, there are shows that are 10% reality and 90% TV, where if you took away the TV element, none of these things would happen. These people wouldn't know each other. And then there's some that are 50-50. Like, I feel like Love Island is 50-50. You know what I mean? Love Island to me is, because look, even if there was no show, these are the people who would be hooking up with these people. Like this is every time you watch a cast introduced of Love Island, you're like, that seems right. Like that's who everyone goes for that's in that group anyway. They all seem happy. There's never like a guy in Love Island that's like, so ladies. Just floating like an NPC. Like, it's always somebody with like 9 abs. And you're like, how do you get the extra? When he's standing up, when he's sitting down, it's very defined. You know, it's shows that are even mostly reality with a little hint of TV, just a little bit of producing to make sure it's polished enough for the people so that they can consume it and not be thinking about how they're on like a 5th episode of it, you know? And that's where Trump comes from. He comes from reality TV. It's the only thing that he's ever been really, really good at making. And that's what he's doing right now, reality TV instead of governing. Because if he were governing and he really wanted to be smart about it, this dude would do what he does best. He'd just lie. Think about this. This man lies about everything. And this immigration thing is the only thing he's like actually tried to do. It's very weird. Like, it's a long walk, but stick with me for a second. As presidents go, most deportations have been going down. They were, I think, at least in recent memory, they were the last highest under Obama, but Obama did them all through the courts and everything. It wasn't just like a rounding up type of thing. And so then Biden had less, Trump even had less in his first term than Obama. And then now, Trump, right now, even with the show, has less than he had the first time. And it's weird to me because in the campaign, we were promised that there were millions. There were millions of illegal immigrant criminals. They were behind you. Have you checked your pants? They're in there too. They're under your bed. They're everywhere. You can't throw a constitution without hitting an illegal criminal alien. We were told that there were millions of them in the country. Yet somehow, when ICE really starts ramping up, because we're really doing this thing, it takes like a week before they were like, have you tried a school? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I can't find any. That's crazy. We got a couple that first week, but yeah, I guess there were only like 3,500 or whatever. I guess we're just gonna have to start going everywhere, and that's what they did. That's why it is the way it is, because ICE is over here trying to do these deportations, trying to grab people and everything, but I thought there were millions of illegal criminal aliens. Why are you finding them all at work? Like, I just had no idea that my local taco spot was specifically MS-13 tacos. I had no idea that Tra de la Laringa, the gang I can't pronounce, I had no idea that that's who was like folding the clothes at Kohl's. Like, that's... Because that's what you've been led to believe. Every arrest is warranted. ICE is trying to do their job. All of this mandated makes sense. That's what you've been told. And the thing is, you need to make a show out of it, because even with all the chaos, even with all the footage, it's still less. That's crazy. Even with you going around the court, it's less. That's wild. That it's still less, even with all this show going on. Because what isn't a show, what's actually reality, is that people are being ripped away from their families. And these are hardworking people. These are people that have been here for a long time. These are a lot of people who are actually trying to do the right thing as hard as they possibly can. But the system is slow and it's imperfect. And then they get arrested by ICE at the courthouse for their hearing. And all of this when Trump could have just lied. He could have just been like, yeah, I did it. Who would say he didn't? All of his fans would be like, he did it. He said he was going to do it, and he did. I don't even know when he did. That was so fast. Damn. Even Democrats would be like, yay, you did it. At least... the one time he doesn't lie. And so you have this ICE operation happening on these square blocks, these protesters clashing with ICE. ICE doesn't feel safe. They don't feel like they can make movements and everything. And so then, the LAPD comes, and maybe the LAPD was there the entire time. I don't know. But the LAPD is there, and Trump sends in the National Guard. Now, he can't send in the National Guard just to arrest people and crack skulls and everything like that. So what he does, he tries to get around it by deploying the National Guard just to protect these two buildings. But then they're there in case ICE feels like they need their help detaining someone, or that they aren't able to carry out their operations, right? So, dangerous precedent, but whatever. So then Trump wants to send in the National Guard, which everybody, not every single person, but most people were upset about, because the LAPD, in case you're not aware, from TV, from movies, or just from history, historically loves to whoop ass. That is their favorite thing. The LAPD can't stop whooping ass. They love, it's their number one. And so when the LAPD found out the National Guard was coming, I know they were probably like, but I didn't even get to. No, go ahead, send him. Yeah. No, you know what's best, send him in. No, you wanna do it. And then the National Guard comes, and there's not a ton for them to do, because it's like 2 square blocks. No matter how many times they keep showing you the same footage over and over and over again of these things burning, of this like 3 stores that got looted. They show you the same thing over and over, but it's just not happening that way. And it's not that spread out. People are finding parking in Los Angeles. And so the National Guard gets there and they're like, all right, yeah, that, okay. All right, so there's nothing to do, and you deployed us without making sure we had a place to sleep. So then they're all on the floor. They're sleeping on the concrete with nothing to do, and everybody's mad now because National Guard isn't getting paid what the LAPD is getting paid, so now the LAPD can't whoop ass. National Guard here for no reason. And then Trump is like, send the Marines then. I know if you're in the LAPD, you're like, the Marines? National Guard had to be like, the Marines? Even the Marines had to be like, the Marines? And then LAPD just sitting there like, I just want... Is whooping a little ass too much to ask? But I know that it's very, very, very important to understand what's reality and what's TV, and not to confuse the two. And the way to combat reality TV being everywhere all the time is real connection with real people. I was able to call people or text people who were in LA that told me, no, I mean, there was parking at Trader Joe's. Everything actually pretty chill. And without that, I might honestly be like, I don't know, y'all. There were 3 Waymos on fire. I took it as a lesson. And I would hope that more people see the things that were happening in LA and make sure that outside of any news outlet you follow, outside of like any narrative that you make the choice to believe, because there are so many varying narratives for every event that you do have to make choices, that above all of those things, you will talk to people. Because talking to people is the real perspective that you need. When you talk to someone who's really going through the thing, no matter what it is, no matter what it is, even bigger than LA, even bigger than the protests, when you talk to someone, you finally get from their perspective right to the root of an issue, as opposed to whoever's talking over them. Oh, and I think that for me, talking to my friends, making sure that they were safe, let me know that this thing was not what it was being made out to be. Don't get me wrong. I think that something was starting in LA, and I think that thing is scary. I think that there's a push to make authoritarian moves and to see how far things can be bent and how much people can be pushed and pulled before they'll do anything about it. And I think that LA was a perfect test for that. Let's take something that's really just 2 blocks and let's make it look like it's the entire city, and we'll see if they believe us. Let's send in all the cops we have, then the National Guard, then the Marines, and see how much people want that, if they go for it or not. So something is happening, and I would encourage every single one of you to hold on to everyone that you know. DC is one of those places where everybody is from everywhere and everyone knows everyone everywhere else. And if you keep that type of global community together, you'll have no problem in my opinion at least, distinguishing what's happening from what's not. Because you'll have people that you can talk to, people that are really going through the thing in real time. I'm not saying don't watch the news at all. Sometimes they have newscasters on there who they put in the hurricane. It's very entertaining. Yo, DC, y'all been fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
To the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. I think you'd even say that I'm thankful.
Ugh, gross.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, how does it feel? How does it feel when
have turned? Oh yes. Oh.
You have become what you hated?
No.
What you feeling thankful about? What are you? Yeah, because I guess this will come out on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. I mean, this is a thing. I guess I'm thankful, especially because we talked in Minneapolis when we were doing Acme Comedy Club, and we talked about how every once in a while I not just feel the need, but it's important to like reconnect with people, whether that's over Facebook or calls or just like reminiscing stuff and everything. And
exes, you're like a weird ex.
I think maybe this is just me, but I never really feel I'm self-conscious about a lot of things, but I never really feel that self-conscious about trying to reconnect with someone who I haven't talked to in a long time if we at least left it on friendly terms. Like there are people that you knew in college or something that, y'all were friendly, but obviously after college you went your separate ways and maybe you haven't talked since. And it's like, to me, it's actually sometimes people make it a thing where they don't want to hit people up if enough time has passed at all. And I'm like, well, it's not like you were enemies. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like
I get what you mean.
Like, I think that for me, I don't know if I've ever had that. I realize that some people aren't pick up where you left off type friends, but I've never had the thing of like, because I feel like there was even a period where like 6 months went by and you and I hadn't talked, but then when I hit you up, it was like nothing. You know what I mean? There was like, this would have been maybe.
This would have been like your first or second year in New York.
I think it was my second year because the first year we were talking a lot.
And we were doing those college gigs and stuff too. So we were getting to see each other on the road a lot. I mean, I remember, that year would have been like, because that would have been after my dog had to have a bunch of surgery, so I was just like working a day job, and like I was barely doing comedy like the amount I wanted to because I just needed to like pay off that debt. And then I think you'd maybe just left the Tonight Show, or was finishing up your run there.
I had just left or something. Yeah.
I think you were already working there when we were doing those college gigs. But and now, fuck, a week to not talk to you would be just the best. I'm kidding. No, I literally, honestly,
say how you feel.
Honestly, I know. I just said that. I said that just to be a dick, but I genuinely had the thought this weekend that because we got to just hang out in Minneapolis, and I thought, it is cool. We do get to see each other as much as we do.
Yeah,
it actually just made me happy that I'm like, oh man, because especially for starting in Chicago together, and then we do not live there anymore, either of us.
Yeah,
it would be real easy to not see each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, big yawn at that statement. Cool. Makes me feel validated. Makes me feel loved.
Yeah. Maybe take a week off of seeing me, and you'll feel the validation
better about myself.
Again. I say all that to say that it's like every once in a while I'll hit somebody up and we, have like chop it up for a little bit, and they'll remind me of something, or like talking to them will remind me of something happened with another person that they didn't even mention, and I just feel like it's such a treasure. Like the this is gonna sound very corny, but I think that when you are using socials right, and like using things to actually stay in contact with people, it is one of the best things that I think we've ever done. Like, it's almost always the worst. It's like 9% the worst.
Oh yeah.
It's like literally ramping up and exacerbating mental illness. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
But I think that if you really do use it as like a forever yearbook, and you hit people up or just tell them that, like, the amount of people who have just reached out to be like, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I'm really proud of you for, you know, like, I remember you used to say you'd like to do comedy or something, and now you're doing it. Or, you know, like, stuff like that is actually like real soul fuel, you know? Like, I think that it makes me really happy that you never know. I guess without sounding like self-deprecating or anything, but it's like, you don't know who needs to hear certain things, and I almost always need to hear certain things, and so it's like always nice when needy. Someone is like
needy.
Yeah, and and so I said all this to say that I was chatting with a friend, and you know, I know that on the Thanksgiving episode, not only do we sometimes at least say what we're thankful for, but we also tell Thanksgiving related stories, you know?
Have we ever said we're thankful for? I feel like this is
I thought I said I was thankful for you one year.
That doesn't sound like you.
Okay. Well, maybe it never happened. Maybe I just said it in my head and then we didn't actually say it into the mic, because that's just as likely.
No, I think we did. I'm kidding. Sorry, I'm being a little stinker. Okay, I'm feeling saucy.
Wow, stinker.
I'm being a little stinker right now.
Wow.
We had a great weekend at Acme. You were just on the Late Show last night.
Oh yeah.
It was cool to see. I always love seeing you on TV. It's been a little weird because today I'm getting messages congratulating me on your success, and I'm not quite sure what to do with that.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud of you.
Yeah. I will say sometimes when sometimes I will not be doing a touring show. I'll just be doing a regular show in New York, like a spot.
Right.
Like a spot.
Yeah.
And people will be like, so is Logan coming? And I'm like, I don't think that they could pay him enough to come do these 10 minutes in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's that interesting thing of when you kind of intertwine careers with somebody.
Yeah, it's like, wait, he's gonna be in Tacoma and Denver, but Brooklyn is not as glamorous of a spot, you know.
Well, you know, I love doing it. I love going to Brooklyn and doing shows, but I need to string together several to make it feel worth it.
Yeah, and they would have to be
less
paying.
lucrative, we'll call it. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if this bar show at 1 a.m. is gonna be the thing that gets him on a plane, you know?
Yeah, it's not really setting me up for next year the way I want it to, you know.
And so basically I was chatting with someone, and they were telling me that in their family, they have an aunt that cannot, like, really cook is even a strong word. She has trouble doing things with heat. All right.
Fire bad.
Yeah. If she has to apply heat, it's going to be a wreck.
It's a Frankenstein aunt.
An actual car accident of a dish.
Aunt-Stein.
That was a reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's Onster.
Oh.
I like that one.
Yeah, I'm glad you do. And she,
fire bad. Continue.
One year for Thanksgiving, which I didn't even know. Tell me, because you know we have access to different communities, I'll say, and tell me if you've ever heard of this before.
We have access to different communities. Yeah, what white people shit do you want to talk about? Go ahead.
So for Thanksgiving, she brought a fruitcake.
Okay.
Is that normal?
For Thanksgiving?
Yeah. I thought fruitcake was a Christmas thing.
It's more of a Christmas thing. Yeah, I've never seen fruitcake at Thanksgiving.
I've never in my life. It doesn't even seem like it would go with anything.
Yeah. Yeah, because you already got enough breaded and strangely like sweetened things. Like a fruitcake is just, I don't know. But I frankly don't understand the purpose of a fruitcake at Christmas either. So
yeah, okay.
So why not? Why not? Fuck it. Why not? Just take it, take it anywhere. No one likes it.
I will say,
4th of July.
In my life, I've had one type. So I've had one good fruitcake.
Okay.
And it was homemade from a woman that my family knew. And it was amazing. And then ever since, and I remember eating another fruitcake thinking it would be like the other one. Like I didn't know I was tasting the best fruitcake I'd ever had. I thought I was just tasting fruitcake. I thought this is just what fruitcake was. And so then I went to eat someone else's fruitcake, and the level of disgust when I tell you that it was a war crime committed in the mouth, all right? Mm-hmm. It was so disgusting, and it was so the opposite. Even the texture wise, it was so the opposite of the fruitcake that my mom's friend had made. I used to get excited for the holiday to go over there to have this fruitcake.
Oh, okay.
It was so that good.
You realized then later that you had been living a lie.
Not only that I had been
in this reality that no one else gets to exist in.
I not only. Oh, it made me like shudder the next time I saw the fruitcake I loved.
Oh no!
Like the next.
It ruined all fruitcakes for you.
The next like 3 fruitcakes I had, because like maybe it's a Southern thing too that some people just make fruitcake for the holiday. But maybe. I remember I had a bought one, I had the nasty one, and I had like the mid one, and all 3 of them ruined the idea of like. You know what I mean? It's like if you had Doritos, and so you just think this is what they come in packages. This is what Doritos are, and then you have 3 more Doritos, and one tastes like ass, and one tastes like just glass.
Yeah,
and then one tastes almost like cheese, but with too much styrofoam. You'd be like, I think I'm off Doritos now.
Yeah, it's a real Goldilocks situation you found yourself in.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how comfortable the bed is if there's fucking bears.
Yeah, if everyone is home.
If everyone's home and they're bears, I don't care if the porridge like rules. I'm out of here.
And so
I can't get past the way fruitcakes look most times though, because they look like a carpet filled with Jolly Ranchers.
Yes, exactly. But I'm telling you, maybe it's just because I was young enough. I was so young that I also was just willing to try stuff. And it was just sweet enough to be good. And then I had my first slice, and I was like, that was actually amazing.
Yeah, I've definitely tried it and disliked it.
Yeah.
So that's one of those ones where I'm like, I don't need to try to find a good fruitcake. My life is full enough. I can miss this.
There was one out there that sadly most people will never have. There was someone who took fruitcake and made it something good. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the auntie who makes the fruitcake for Thanksgiving, it's not good. And it's not just not good because fruitcake is not good. So it was her tender loving care that made this fruitcake so nasty.
She put the hate right into it.
Yeah. I'm like, apparently, this is what I was told at least. Apparently, this fruitcake is so bad that it's like she can cook and purposely did the opposite.
Oh, I like that.
Like it's
I want that cooking show.
Let's just mix the salt and sugar now.
Yeah,
and
that's like someone believing in their skill, and so they're really testing their limits. They're trying to really fly as close to the sun as they can get.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can I do? What is what at what moment do I cross the threshold and this becomes poison?
Yeah. And so no one ever wanted it because this has been happening for years, right? And there was even like a stink with like a real like almost fight between, I guess, like sisters and stuff. So that aunt was like one of four or whatever. And then I think that she thought, because this happens a lot with people who can't cook, they think it's just like with any other talent that a person doesn't possess. They think that outside forces are blocking them.
Or you just don't get it.
You just don't get it. So your mouth just doesn't get it, right?
Your mouth doesn't get what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
now,
that's your problem, and you can fix it and get on board. And
never
fix that
mind,
mouth.
she would also not eat it. It'd be different if a person was the
Like
only
their own
person who
cooking.
ate what they brought. You know what I'm saying?
Just eating the whole fruitcake by yourself.
Yeah, like
If you guys don't want it, I'm gonna eat all of it. I'm gonna eat it all.
and so it's not even that situation where she's sitting by herself eating the fruitcake and she's the only one, right? Like, you know how some people try to guilt you, like, this thing that I brought sure is good, you know?
Right, yeah.
And so, so it's for 1 year, it's the fact that the placement on the table, people couldn't reach it, which is also a ridiculous, like, it's such a ridiculous excuse for people to not be eating your food. It's like that's everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone at the table is saying, pass me. So if they can't reach it, they don't want it, is what's happening, right?
Yeah.
And then there was another year.
So now they've caught it as it's a conspiracy now.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy against their fruitcake. And then there was another year where they were like, oh, someone else brought something that was too close to fruitcake and everybody picked that. And it's like, well, now you're just mad at dessert. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's just like, hey.
Right.
We can't be mad that someone brought a pecan pie and that's somehow too close to fruitcake. You're reaching, you know?
Yeah.
And so it got to the point where apparently outside of the cooking, this is a very decent, good family member, right? Like, this is their one hang up. And it's the one thing that they all argue over, you know, like not even politics or anything. It's just like, why won't anybody eat my fruitcake? And so basically they decide just as a family, you know, like those there's the family text chain and then there's a family text chain with the people that really don't need to be in there.
Right, yeah.
Okay. So in the tight family text chain is just how I'll refer to it. In the tight-knit family text chain, everybody's like, what are we going to do this year? This is like 3 years ago. What are we going to do this year? Because we can't have another, like, argument over this fruitcake. I'm just not having it, you know? And it was like, and apparently a lot of family will come as well. So it's like embarrassing because the side of the family that's hosting then gets embarrassed because it looks like they're just crazy.
Oh, so it's like different families too, not just like all from the same side of the family.
It's not
it's like
all
married in. Okay.
Yeah, it's not just all one immediate circle of family. It's like this is the place that the family comes to, right? So if the core family is 5, the other 15 are coming to that house, right?
Okay, gotcha. And we're not just talking cousins or anything. We're talking like whole separate married in family.
Yeah, like people bringing their spouses, right?
Yeah.
And so then every year there's been like this argument over fruitcake for one reason or another, and it makes them like after a few years, it just seems like this is how y'all are, you know, because we only see you twice a year.
Yeah.
And so for half the time we see you, y'all are cursing over fruitcake.
But here's the thing. At a point, would you miss it? Would it not be the holidays without?
Apparently, it would be a better holiday, is what I'm told. Right? And so then in the tight-knit family text chain, they were like, we got to do something, right? And so they were like, okay, this year.
Now it is a conspiracy.
It is a conspiracy now. Like now it's actually a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's an actual fruitcake conspiracy now. They're actually
yeah, it's really happening. And so now they're like, what we need to do is act like everybody wants it, because then it'll just die down because the the aunt cooking it is the one that's like, she's like watching it now. Like now it's become a point of contention where she'll just be watching the cake the entire dinner, right? She she really, like, people try to talk to her about other stuff and she just going, let me see if I can do the face. She was just going, like, just nothing but that slacked, like, because she's watching the cake. Anyway, they're like, we all need to act like we want it. And so that way it won't even be a discussion. We could even maybe take it off the table and be like, oh no, I want to take the whole thing home. And so they honestly had like a little play rehearsed of how they were going to handle this. Because she brought the fruitcake, right? Mm-hmm. And then when she brought it, there was one sister that was like, oh, if you wouldn't mind, I want to just take this fruitcake home. Because I'm having some people over, right? And I would love to.
And I don't want them to stay long.
I'm having some people over, and I would love for them to have this. Because, like, I already had to cook and bring stuff for Thanksgiving. And the Friendsgiving, I guess the Friendsgiving was going to be right after Thanksgiving at her house, whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so she was like, you have to just let me bring this, and then I'll use some of the food that I didn't bring today. And then the aunt was like ecstatic. She was like, oh yeah, oh wow, that'd be great. Like, she's like so taken aback that somebody wants it in general. She doesn't ask any follow-up questions, anything, right? And so she's like, oh, that's great. Okay. And then they end up they end up really hamming it up, because now that it's not on the table, and now that it's like in the kitchen, packaged, ready to go home with the other sister. Now they're like, ooh, because now people who are bringing a new person, so there are people who brought like boyfriends and girlfriends, stuff like that for Thanksgiving. Now they're like, ooh, I wish Sean would have been able to try that.
Oh, yep. Here it is. Here's where it falls apart.
But then they're like, no, but we can't cut it though. It would be weird to cut it because it's going to be on the table tomorrow at my Friendsgiving, Yeah. So now people are hamming it up knowing there's no consequences to their actions.
See, and that friend being like, well, we can't cut it. It's going to be on my table. That was them being like, guys, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
They were trying to be subtle about it, but trying to be like, guys, do not ruin.
Yeah.
I've already saved us. I dove on the grenade. Don't now kick me because you want the grenade.
Yeah. And so now they're in a pretty spot. They're in a beautiful spot where basically they don't have to eat the fruitcake. Everyone is having a good Thanksgiving. Like, even the fruitcake aunt, she out here like doing the most because she's just happy somebody like she probably, because this is years of in repeat of coming in and having her fruitcake disrespected, right? And this is clearly not a self-aware person, because this isn't the type of person who makes a nasty fruitcake and is like, I'm going to redeem myself with a different dish next year.
No. Instead, she just shows up with the same one and gets angrier. It's that whole, like, that thing they say about the definition of insanity.
Yes, exactly.
Doing the same thing and expecting different results.
A literal fruitcake, okay? Anyway, so she's out here just doing the most, just like yakking it up, eating extra, just like making jokes, everything. This is her moment, So Thanksgiving goes great.
It's the happiest she's ever been in her life.
It's the happiest that she's been at least at Thanksgiving. And the craziest thing is, I don't know how many years that she brought the fruitcake, but it was enough.
Two is too many, so
yeah.
If it became this big of a deal, it means it's a persistent problem, and she makes it a problem.
Yeah. And so then, they all make it out scot-free, right? And there really was, the sister really did have a Friendsgiving the day after Thanksgiving, right? Mm-hmm. And
she's told her friends about how terrible this fruitcake is, so now they finally get to see for themselves.
And lo and behold, day comes Friendsgiving. Guess who shows up?
Oh shit!
To watch
you were too specific
to
about
watch
the
them
plans.
eat it. I guess completely uninvited. Her sister shows up and is like, "Oh, hey, I brought." And she this is the craziest thing. This is how you know this person is an agent of chaos, right?
Mm-hmm.
She comes to the Friendsgiving uninvited, but then brings a store-bought pie. She already got the fruitcake, so she's technically already contributed, but she brought a store-bought pie just to, I guess, have something in her hand when she showed up, right?
Uh-huh.
And so...
Please tell me that fruitcake is already in the garbage. Please tell me that.
Look, you can't be out here guessing next steps.
Sorry, didn't mean to jump ahead, but
No. So this was so crazy. So
they threw this thing out of the car driving home that night.
No. They did bring it home, but it's in. They did bring it home, right?
Okay.
And they literally brought it home for safety because they were like, if we throw it away here, there's always a chance she might outstay us, or that she might come back and forget something and see we threw it away, and then we'll never hear the end of it,
Yeah.
They
She might do a sweep of a nearby field. We gotta.
They even brought it home for safety. And then this woman shows up with a store
buried it in
bought
their
pie,
yard.
and then was like, I was just, I was wondering if I could join you. It was so good to see family, and I'd love to meet some more of your friends, blah blah blah, right? And it's also her sister, so it's it's almost weird now. She's like, you can't stay here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
before you continue, my arc with this woman has been, at first I weirdly kind of respected her because just the pettiness. The pure pettiness of just know what, I'm going to keep making the same thing and they are going to like it. And I'm going to make a deal out of it. It's not a great trait to have, but I kind of respected it. Now I do just kind of genuinely feel bad for her. It sounds like she doesn't have much going on. That she's not. If just the thought of someone maybe trying her fruitcake is making her show up unannounced, now I just kind of feel bad.
You know what it is? It's the culinary version of when you love a YouTube video and then you get your friend to watch it and then you watch them watch it.
Yeah. And then they don't like it, and then you start really trying to explain why it's funny to you.
Yeah.
And you realize that doesn't help. That will never fix it. They're not going to suddenly be like, oh, I do get it.
Yeah, you try to put it together why cats are better, and you're just really now you're just talking a lot. You're talking longer than the video was.
Yeah.
And so they have to, as covertly as possible, when I tell you dig the fruitcake out of the trash. And it's not in the trash inside.
Oh.
It's in a bag.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's in a bag.
No.
It's in a bag.
It's old trash now.
They threw it away the night before and they took the garbage out.
Oh, I hope the cans are at the curb too, so they have to distract her so they can sneak out the front.
But basically, they have a couple of friends without knowing it even, right? They are getting friends unknowingly running interference on her so they can go dig this fruitcake out of the trash, right? And luckily, the way they packaged it, there's not much trash on it because it's really wrapped in foil a bunch of times, and it's not great. You never want anything straight out of the trash like that, but it's not completely ruined,
Right, yeah.
I mean, never mind the fact that it's been in a trash bag all night with trash.
Yeah.
But it's not
But will this
noticeably
improve the
ruined.
flavor from what we've heard?
Ooh, coffee grounds. I've never had that in fruitcake. And so then they bring it in, and then her and her husband are having an argument over, like, if they should serve it or not. Because they're like, we can't, like, we have to let her see that it's here. But once she sees that it's here, she's going to be like, why aren't you? It'll just be the same thing all over again. So her sister is like, we have to.
And she's here, so she's clearly not leaving.
Yeah.
She's staying until someone eats this damn fruitcake.
And so her sister is like, we have to serve it. We have to. And her husband is the one that's like, hey, you got to just, at some point, you got to tell your sister you all love her. All right? Like, you got to get this person out of your life if this fruitcake is if you about to serve dirty fruitcake at our Thanksgiving table to our friends, I think that your sister's taking you to a dark place.
While your sister eats a different dessert, we're going to feed our friends garbage.
And
this is not a healthy relationship.
And basically, a husband lost. Wife won out, and they served dirty fruitcake at their Friendsgiving. That was not, it wasn't redeemable. It, like, I don't know what she thought would happen by giving it to strangers. Like, maybe she thought strangers would be so polite that they wouldn't, like, they'd act like they liked it or something, and she'd be scot-free. Apparently, two people, like, what's the right adjective? Apparently, two people, this is from what I'm told, two people, like, vehemently spit it out. Like, I don't know how many people were there, but two in any ratio is enough to be a big deal. You know what I mean? Because even if you had 10, that means a fifth of the people there spit out your food.
I mean, well, just especially, like, no matter, even if one person had done it and there had been 50 people there, I think it still would have hurt because this woman was showing up specifically just to see anyone eat and enjoy her fruitcake, which now all she's done is prolong the disappointment. And now she's going to start showing up to this Friendsgiving every year.
Because then this is the other thing that ends up happening. She is like, you know, eating with everyone, chatting with everyone. And apparently outside of fruitcake, this person is great, you know, good mood, affable, all this stuff like that.
Okay.
But the two people,
chill hang the rest of the year. But.
Yeah. Two people spit it out, right? And one person spit it out into a napkin. They did the polite thing of like, oh my goodness, this is gross, sort of covering their mouth and spitting it out to where maybe you almost can catch it.
Hand.
And the other one like coughed it out at the table.
And then just went, oh, no, yucky, yucky, yucky.
And so that's what it was like. Oh, this is up now, right?
Yeah.
All for nothing. The whole reason I tell the story is that lies get you nowhere. Okay? Honesty is always the best policy.
It is the best policy. That's what we've learned here from the fruitcake conspiracy.
Because if you try to shield yourself and others from the truth, you end up eating dirty fruitcake the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we're trying to say is sometimes you just need to tell your siblings they're bad at something.
And not even don't do it anymore. Just tell them that this one is bad.
Just don't do it here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, you have to stop making fruitcakes. I just don't want to see it anymore.
Because the thing that is so mind-blowing to me about that whole situation is that y'all were already arguing every year. Mm-hmm. So then why not at some point just say your food is not good?
Yeah. We don't like it, Rhonda.
Nothing about this is tasty, okay?
We don't want this. How have you not figured it out? We're all being so polite and trying to let you figure it out.
You have made...
No one wants this.
The flavorful version of a cake with knives in it, okay? And no one wants to cut their tongue today.
It was almost the perfect plan, too.
Yeah.
They almost got away with it, but they didn't realize the true wild card that she is.
Yeah, that she would show up to an uninvited dinner. Like, you don't even know if there's a place at the table for you.
No. Yeah.
You don't know how many friends coming. You don't know if these are like work friends that she's trying to impress. You were just like, hey, I'm going to roll up tomorrow and I'm going to watch them eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a genuine intruder.
Yeah.
That's damn near breaking and entering what she did.
It's rare that a burglar brings a pie and doesn't take anything but your taste.
But but frankly, it would hurt my feelings if a burglar showed up and made me eat bad food and ate better food in front of me. I'd be upset for a couple of reasons.
It's like you have to ask yourself why you aren't eating it every year.
Yes, that is truly the baffling part, that she seems to have never tasted it herself.
I think this is what I think happens, right? This is and this is how I've rationalized this person. I think that she tastes everything along the way and doesn't think that all those flavors put together could possibly be bad. I think she dips her finger in the sugar and she's like, yep, sugar's good today. And
I love sugar.
And then she dips her finger in the bread mix and she's like, that's delicious too. And then it's not until she's done where she's like, well, I wouldn't want to be nasty and, eat some before I present it to everyone. And now no one else is eating it. And they're not eating. This is the craziest thing. They're not eating it from memory. Because there was the first year where people ate it and it was nasty.
Right, yeah.
And she either didn't eat it that year, or she tried it and was like, I couldn't possibly do that again. I followed all the directions this time.
Yeah, it's just an interesting psych profile.
Yeah,
this woman. It's just a very of what causes you to be like, they didn't like it. I better give them more. Yeah,
like thank goodness she cooking, because if she wasn't cooking, she'd be killing.
Oh yeah. No, it is good. It's good. She has a hobby.
Yeah. I'm like,
anytime making these fruitcakes is time away from sharpening knives. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. This other one I've been saving actually for quite a while. I almost told it last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I didn't want to make it like people want to be with their families today. They want to just relax and chill. And I didn't want to make last year's episode so long that it was like, oh, this is going to be a feat. This feels like work,
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I like to think that on the Thanksgiving, what I encourage our listeners to do is to force the entire family to listen to it.
Yeah.
So if anything, a long episode is more time.
Let us be the fruitcake in your life.
Yes. Let us be the thing you hold your family hostage with.
Yeah. Basically, this is wild because this is like old. This is like in his family's like lore. Okay.
It's family's lore. I know what you mean by that though. Like every family has those couple stories where it's like, nah, this is what aimed the family a little bit.
Yeah, and it happened so long ago that like nobody can fact check it. Like,
oh, that's even better.
Yeah, I mean, it grows with it grows as it's passed down.
A true Thanksgiving myth.
Yeah, like I'm sure I'm positive that this version is like probably juiced up from the version his mom told him.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Anyway,
I honestly love hearing those stories when you hear them and they're a family story like that, where you can tell none of it's true, but it's still charming.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of like, oh, so many people have told this story that it truly does become like a fable.
Well,
it's no longer a human story.
This is what's like crazy. All right, they know some of it is a fact. It's just the details around it that can't be known. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
like he said when his mom told him she was doing voices and she was like, you don't know what those people sound like. Don't do that.
Doing like really over the top voices too.
Yeah, just like you don't.
It's time to cut the turkey.
Yeah,
It's like,
you
well,
don't
that's
know
the
those
voice.
people.
That's what you went with. There's no way.
Yeah, don't.
That would be the story if that's how he sounded.
Yeah, and so basically, okay. I'm trying to remember how many greats it is. So it is the story starts with a great grandma. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm just for the sake of the story, for the sake of brevity, I'm just gonna call her Triple G. Okay.
Triple G. I like this.
Yeah.
So is this the great grandmother of someone like our age?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was saying,
because I mean, so that gets in like the 1800s then.
Maybe he didn't give me a year.
I mean, like, no, right? But I'm saying potentially a great. Like this could. So this is. This could be going back to the Civil War right now.
Yeah.
This is the furthest back one of our stories have gone.
Great, right? And this is also when there were no supermarkets. There were just like you would like go to the butcher or you go to the general store or whatever, right?
Right.
Okay. So I don't remember what the cut of meat was, but it basically starts with Triple G going to prepare for Thanksgiving, right? And she's trying to get a specific cut of meat, and there's this lady in line in front of her that and not quite in front of her. Apparently this is how the whole dispute starts. She's in line, and from her account, this lady is like cutting in line in front of her right as she's about to order. But that lady is convinced that she was in line, and that woman's run up behind her to try to jump the line. Okay. But they're both trying to order the same cut of meat. Okay. And so then they're arguing in the store, and the butcher is finally like, listen, I don't know who was here first, but I'll tell you what, I was just King Solomon this, and I'm going to give each of y'all half. All right? Nobody getting the full order because it's the last cut anyway. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
And so they both went home upset.
Right.
But with a little bit of the meat, right?
They got some meat, yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe the next day they saw each other just in general at the store, and there was some passive aggression that was taking place, right?
Okay.
And then the next day, right? So the day after seeing each other in a different market, all right? Triple G is out with her husband, who's, obviously also Triple G, okay? He goes to the...
So we've got 6 Gs right now.
Yeah. We are stacked heavy, okay? So then Triple G and Grandpa Triple G are out, and they're having a day, because this is maybe the day before Thanksgiving. And so they're going out to eat at some restaurant or whatever, and then he goes to the bathroom, and she sees the woman from the other day, right? And I don't know if she had a couple drinks, I don't know what it was, but she decided, hey, in the most ladylike fashion, while my husband is in the bathroom, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna curse this lady out, right?
There you go.
And so then they ran into each other, had words again, okay? And not like a fight. This wasn't like a bar fight or anything like that.
Right.
But it was just oh, how's your day going, tramp? Or whatever they said back then. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is also, I'm pretty sure, the part where his mom would be doing the voices, and he's like, there's no way you can know that. You never met this woman. She's our great, never mind. So then
you are a meat thief of ill repute.
Yeah. She goes and sits back down, and then grandpa comes out and he's like, hey, I'm actually very sick. I need to go home, right? I'm hey, in there, unholy. Let's go.
I've got a touch of the consumption.
Yeah. And this is also in an era in life when, hey, you could go from anything. So like,
this could be the one.
Yeah. So this man was probably had like too hot of a fart and was like, it's time for me to tell you and the children, I love you, right?
Yeah. Let's go home and update the will.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they leave right after that thing happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They have Thanksgiving, and he's not better, right? Like he's at the table for a little while, and then he's like, I'm feeling really bad. I'm gonna see if I can go to a doctor, right? So he leaves Thanksgiving to go to a doctor. Okay. And then comes back late in the night and was like, oh, the doctor gave me some drops. And like, because this is also back when medicine was like, it would be something that had nothing to do with your eyes and they'd still just give you drops. They give you like a gargle. You know what I'm talking about? Like
a gargle.
Like a true, how do you pronounce it? Apothecary? Like,
yeah.
You were going to a true chemist, okay? You're not getting a prescription filled or anything. This dude is just like, look, I heard that this benzoyl thing is good for mouths. Yeah. So
yeah, a man came through town with a traveling show and sold us all the snake oil.
Yeah. So gargle with this 6 times a day.
Here's your oils, and now also I'll cut your hair because I'm the barber too.
Yeah, and so he's
did some bloodletting.
Yeah,
boy, this is a wild time in history.
Yeah, he comes back late in the night, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, we were so worried. Like I almost went to the doctor to check on you because you had been gone. You've been gone for hours, right? Like it's dark when he gets back.
Yeah.
And and he's like, "Oh no, the doctor gave me some drops and said I should be all good, and in a couple days, whatever, right?" And I don't know what this man's job is, but he just constantly for the next few weeks is cutting out of work, cutting out of dinner, cutting out of like all this stuff to go to the doctor. Because he's like, and it's different problems now. So sometimes it's his breathing, sometimes it's his stomach, whatever, right? And then one night, Triple G, she suspects that something's up because she's like, nobody's this sick that doesn't die. All right.
Not on my watch.
Yeah. Like this is crazy. Like hospital bills alone should have bankrupted us by now. Like,
come on, honey, get better or get gone. All right.
Yeah, because Triple G is also from an era where it's like I don't think she would have had a job, and so she may have not known all the ins and outs of the money coming in the house. But she has enough common sense to know that if you go to the doctor 75 times in a month and a half, you're bankrupt.
Right.
Like the American healthcare system has never been that solid. Even when the town doctor was just doing you favors, he only had so many to give, right?
Right, yeah.
And so one night, he's gone for however long he gone, right? And then and she tucks the children into bed. She tells them not to get up, right? Like not to get out of bed or anything. And she leaves the house. And she just goes out searching for him, right?
Okay.
And she finds him at the bar with the lady from the other cut of meat.
Oh, shit.
This dude has 2 families.
Wait, so this wasn't just like an affair that happened. This is not an affair. He had a separate family.
He moved his other family into town to be closer to them.
Wow, bold.
Yeah.
Bold.
Yeah. And so this dude got 2 families, and then the reason that he was acting all sick and stuff when they were eating was because he saw her. And so he didn't even know that they had like, some spat or anything, right? And that's also why he wanted to go home as soon as he got out of the bathroom.
Yeah. So neither wife knows about each other then.
Neither wife knows about each other, and he hadn't been going to the doctor. He'd been going to her house. So he spent half his Thanksgiving over with her. And they both just think he has to work.
They both think he has to work and has horrible stomach problems.
Yeah. This dude out here being a great dad and a horrible husband. So this dude has two families. She sees them together and she waits for them to come out, and then she just freaks out on both of them, right? Like like losing it. And then the woman that she ran into that she got the problems with, right, is the other wife. But now she's like, wait, how do you know her? Because this is the person that I was telling you about, right? Like, she's the reason we didn't have good mutton or whatever for Thanksgiving. And she's like, no, you're the reason we didn't have good mutton or whatever for Thanksgiving. I don't know what the meat was they were arguing over, but
let's go with mutton. Let's go like this.
But yeah. So then that dude had two families, and yeah, they don't know, like, obviously no one knows like the full ins and outs of everything that transpired and stuff, but he said he knows the skeleton of the story is true because that's how he has his cousins, because his cousins are from that. So
they know there's two families from one guy.
His cousins are from the other family. That. So then for every one of him, there's another guy telling the story about like, our Triple G was in line and then this lady behind her tried to cut.
Yeah. He must have really thought he was cracking some sort of code.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, people got second families, secret families, right? But they're so far away, and you got to factor in travel. I'm thinking, I just put them closer together. What could go wrong? Oh, no.
Listen to me when I tell you, my horse almost dead. All right? This horse got about 100 miles left on it. All right? I need to move my other family to town.
And then when he finds out that both of his wives have not only met but are feuding.
Yeah.
First off, that's got to just have a moment of being like, how, really? First, there's that.
Yeah.
Then eventually, you probably got to laugh at it a little bit to be like, of course they did this.
Before you laugh at it, you definitely have to have a little bit of a disappointment that truly, sure, the threesome will never be possible.
No, never, because they have met and hate each other.
Yeah.
But also, there also has to be a little moment of therapy, because now, basically, with one of his wives, he gets to just openly complain about the other wife.
What's really happening here, though, is that he's like, oh, okay. When you say a moment of therapy, like, I think the most cathartic feeling could be like, oh, okay, it already went as poorly as it could possibly go.
I think there's that, but then also think about if your wife is complaining about this other lady who sucks. She's like, yeah, that's the lady who cut in line. I hate her, and he can just be like, sounds like a real bitch.
Yeah. And let me tell you something else about her. All right, her cooking isn't all that great either.
Yeah, she was gonna waste that meat. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, that dude probably knows who cooked the best mutton. Everything. He got to hold it back. He got to go. That's probably why he left his first family, was like, I know the food's going to be bomb at the other wet. Like, yeah. At the other Thanksgiving, there's going to be like, ooh, better fixings is all I'm saying. Wow. All right.
This has been a Thanksgiving of conspiracies this year.
Yeah.
You kind of found a theme with those stories a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Nicely done.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You want to open up the mailbag?
Let's do it.
I have a couple of Thanksgiving-centric emails that we got here.
Okay.
Let's see. First, this one here. This is from our friend Aloy, and the title of it is Thanksgiving Terrorist. Hey, guys. Sorry for the all-caps title, but this is a holiday-specific email. So to explain, last Thanksgiving was a little less organized than usual for my family. I'm usually on dressing duty, but my mom had already taken care of it. She then offered to have me finish cooking the macaroni, and she was already making the cheese sauce. She offered me a spoonful of some very gritty-looking sauce, and in my naivete, I tasted it. I'm pretty sure it tasted closer to cereal milk than cheese sauce. I then proceeded to lie to her face and say it was good. As soon as she left the kitchen, my sister rushes in and asked me if I could save it. Nope, not an option. I burnt it and remade the macaroni and cheese to save everybody else. I'm a hero. The actual tragedy is that this is not the only dish she has assaulted with sugar. She has done this to chili dogs and tuna casserole. She's a menace. Happy Thanksgiving, Aloy. More Thanksgiving conspiracy.
I was just about to say, wow. I
accidentally it. Perfectly on theme, Aloy.
Yeah. Don't nobody make mistakes on Thanksgiving, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, if someone's burning something or they dropped it, it was on purpose.
They meant to.
It was on purpose, and it's at you.
Yeah.
Wow. Perfectly. That's perfectly on theme. I wasn't even expecting that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
This one here, this is a Black Friday story, actually, because that season is upon us, too. This is from Mike. Hey, Logan and Josh. Black Friday season is almost on us again, and I thought I would share one of my favorite stories that has a Black Friday vibe. Unfortunately, it wasn't an actual Black Friday sale, but if you're willing to go along for the ride, you'll get why I submitted it. Well, we appreciate the honesty, so... I don't know. Could have just lied to us, but I appreciate that being like, it's not really Black Friday in this story, but it's Black Friday-esque.
Uh-huh.
And it is. I've read through this one. Our adventure begins with a group of people all closing a bar down after a big concert on a Saturday night at 3 a.m., and our manager asking who would be willing to stand in line with him and his girlfriend to get his kid a Nintendo Wii because he heard there was a Target drop happening. So this is just a regular ass store wait, I guess, not a Black Friday wait. Myself and the drug dealer who worked in the kitchen
couldn't say cook.
Yeah, all decided to pile into his girlfriend's car with him, and we went to Target. It didn't bump me at all that the drug dealer worked in the kitchen, because I'm like, yeah, there's one at every restaurant, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
On the ride there, he confessed that he may have borrowed a bottle of Irish whiskey from the bar we worked at to keep us all warm. We headed to a Target in the Chicago suburb Naperville and found ourselves fourth in line at only 3:30 in the morning. It wasn't long before we were out of Irish whiskey, the drug dealer from the kitchen had somehow disappeared, and the snow was falling. It seems that the combination of exhaustion and alcohol turned me into a walking public service announcement to the people in line behind us that happened to have brought their kids. Well, I mean, they're responsible for having their children out at a Target at 3:30 in the morning. The manager's girlfriend wasn't a big fan of my behavior, and she frog marched me to her car and stuck me in the back seat to fall asleep. I don't know that phrase, frog march.
I have no idea what that is. Do y'all jump over each other while somebody's in trouble?
Or is it like when you grab a kid's like the back of their britches and like move them so they're like kind of having to hop a little bit to keep up with you, I don't know. So far, so good. Unfortunately, things wouldn't stay good for long. I proceeded to throw up on the floor of my manager's girlfriend's car, and shortly after that, the police showed up and tried to arrest me for drunk driving. When I didn't have keys, I was sitting in the back seat, and there was no way I was going anywhere. Our bar manager managed to calm them down by appealing to the fact that nobody wanted to miss the Bears game tomorrow because they were in the playoffs that year. Thankfully, I ended up only having to pay for having her car cleaned and did not go to jail. That's one of those, tell me you're white without saying you're white.
Yeah, this is very weird. This is like, how could you possibly, it's not your car and you don't have keys.
But it is also the way to get out of being arrested, just being like, but football, am I right?
Yeah.
And they were like, you're right, get out of here, you crazy kids. My manager got his Nintendo Wii, and the drug dealer who works in the kitchen ended up showing up for work the next day, so he was fine. My manager's girlfriend, who was also a server at the bar, never spoke to me again. When I awoke the following day in a strange house, I discovered it was my manager's basement, and he very proudly showed me the Nintendo Wii that he was able to secure for his kid. The only fights that happened as a result of that night were most likely caused by me. Thanks for hearing me out, and I assure you I have become a much better person since then. Thanks for making a place where we all feel comfortable to tell our unhinged stories. Thank you, Mike. Yep, this is a safe space for insanity.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. Well, thank you to everyone who wrote in, and thank you for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. Real quick, I definitely want to say what I am thankful for this year. I'm thankful for another year to be able to do the things that I love. I'm thankful for every one of you who has come to a show, emailed, DM'd, any effort to reach out to us and tell us how you feel about us has been greatly appreciated. It means the world to us, especially as the show grows and as we do more for it. Every patron, every person who takes the time to say a kind word or like has shown clips or episodes to someone, or anyone who's just laughed with us this year has been like a real friend, and we appreciate you so much. I also appreciate JID. I'm finally listening to a lot of his music, and I appreciate you, Logan.
Wow, after JID, huh?
Well, I was trying to save
all
you
of
for
our
last.
friends and fans.
I was trying to save you for last. Did you really want it to be you and then JID?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
I think so. It was a very heartfelt thing you said about our listeners, and then hard shift to JID.
Well, it's not that hard of a shift. The music means a lot to me, and then I was saving you for last, which I thought was the prime position.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what order I would have gone in, you would have been unhappy with it. Because if I had said you first, quickly, and then JID, and then you, the listeners.
See, but now why do you have to say quickly, though?
Because it was quick. I said it. I didn't go on a long thing. So then if I was like, hey, I'm really thankful for you, Logan. I'm also thankful for JID. And to you, the listeners, I'm so thankful for all of you.
I don't know. I think that would have entertained me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I enjoyed it still, and I am thankful for you. You get so grumpy when I give you shit, but if I didn't have that, what would I be doing with my time, huh? No, but I won't fully repeat everything you said because I think you summed it up very nicely. But yes, very thankful for everyone who listens to the show, everyone who's come out to see us do shows this year because we've got to travel quite a bit. People, thankful to the people who join us for our virtual shows, which, not to transfer this into a plug, but we got one this Sunday coming up. So if you feel like coming and hanging with us, we always have a great time, and we are thankful for everyone who joins us and listens to the show, and who emails in.
If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you are looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag, that's joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. Send us your stories, send us your thoughts, send us your questions. There's another thing you can send us. I didn't have a third one to say. You can also join our Patreon if you'd like. We have bonus podcasts and videos and other community stuff that we do there. Patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We got a bunch of different tiers for different levels and different monetary values. So you're going to get something. No matter what level you want to join, you're going to get something good. And thank you.
Well, a happy holiday to everyone. Mm-hmm. I hope your stomachs and hearts are full. Not quite at the same time, because that's really not healthy. But
in like a different way too. Like you want your heart full, like metaphorically, not actually full.
Yeah, you don't want like full of blood, because then you're on the brink.
Your heart has too much blood in it.
Yeah, it is juicy.
Or cholesterol. You just don't want a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Your tum tum though? Hell yeah. Fill it up, baby.
Full of stuffing.
Stuff it up.
Yeah.
Go get stuffed this Thanksgiving.
Get it in.
Get it in there. Don't be a quitter.
Yeah, you finish that plate.
Yeah, you got this. Yeah, we're all watching.
Yeah. Eat to your heart's content.
But then also a little bit more. Because we're watching.
Until it hurts.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Stay away from fruitcake. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there, and we'd love to see you